A very good morning to all of you. So, through today's lecture, first I would like to share the syllabus for your midterms, which is going to be held in the month of June 2021. So, all class 10 children, you please pay attention, and then accordingly, I would like to share the basic terms of probability first with you in today's lecture so that we can start with the exercise of probability first. As yesterday I explained the contents of quadratic equation, because quadratic equation is not the part of your this term, so that we will take afterwards. So first, the probability only left according to this syllabus decided by the teachers teaching all three sections. So let us analyze the syllabus first, that you can go through, and then I would come back to your probability, its basic content, so that by tomorrow we can start with the next exercise. That is, only one exercise is there in chapter of probability. So here is the syllabus for your this midterm examination. Total 5 chapters are coming. First lesson of real numbers, then second is of polynomials, third linear equation in two variables, then 6th chapter of similar triangles, and 15th chapter, that is probability. So you need to prepare with all these 5 chapters. I hope in section B and C already we have finished these 1, 2, 3 and 6, and then I have finished statistics also. I was about to start with the quadratic, but there is a small change. We are taking probability. No doubt we have ample time left with us. Simultaneously we will keep on continuing with quadratic equation also, but first I would like to finish this probability through video lectures and all. We will be revising all these 5 lessons, and I assure you that definitely we will be preparing in a well manner, and all of you will be able to give your best. So you just make a note of this syllabus, and then blueprint of the same. Very soon I will be uploading, within a day or two you may say, maybe by tomorrow I will be sending it and will be uploaded on your Google Classroom also. So I hope that is clear to all. There are 5 chapters, 1, 2, 3, 6 and 15. First is real number, then second is polynomials, third is linear equation in two variables, 6th is triangles, and 15th is probability. Understand on the paper, definitely will be following the board pattern only, and no other instructions have been sent up to yet by the CBSE regarding your session. So definitely we will update you about the same as soon as we will be getting the information from CBSE side. If any deletion they will be taking in your case also, you will be informed well in advance. Now, only the part left with us is probability. So let us talk about that. In case of probability, when you are starting, first of all, what is probability? Probability is measurement of uncertainty. Measurement of uncertainty is called probability. And mathematically, when you are representing, that is empirical probability, is always equal to total favorable. Total favorable. Always remember this. Favorable outcomes divided by the total possible outcomes. So all the times right onwards, class 6, we are following the same concept there to calculate the probability. You did in class 6, you did in class 7, 8, 9, and now in 10th we are going to wind up, and same thing we have to finish here what we did up to class 9. So exercise of 25 question is there in class 10. So from that basic concepts I will just finish through this video lecture by today only, and then in our live classes or tomorrow within 1 or 2 video lectures I would like to finish this exercise of 25 questions, because you know all, I hope first 15 questions, so even after these instructions you all will be able to do of your own. That is that not that much tough. And from the board examination point of view, I would like to add that hardly the weightage of this topic is kept 3 to 4 marks maximum, but sometimes the question can be there in case studies also. So you need to pay attention for that. So when we are talking about calculation of the probability, we need to focus upon the formula, that is the total possible outcomes and total favorable outcomes. So all the times we have to just read the question very carefully, and then we have to clear with some terms. You should be very clear if what is an experiment. What is an experiment? So an experiment is an operation which can produce some well-defined outcomes. Like tossing a coin is an experiment you are doing. That is definitely an experiment is there. The outcome is what? I said well-defined. Well-defined means either head will be there or tail will be there. So well-defined terms. That is called an experiment. And then trial. Trial is an action. Trial is an action where which results in one or several outcomes. One or several outcomes. Like you are just, for example, throw of a die, you can take one example. So possibility is of six faces are there. Any of the face can be the resulting outcome. So that is called a trial. Then an event for an experiment is the collection of the outcome of the experiment. For example, when you are tossing a coin and experimenting and getting a tail is an event with the outcome. Now it depends upon the question for what event you are looking for. So event is the outcome there. So that is the tail. Like I am saying, tossing of a coin is an experiment and getting a tail is an event. So when you are tossing the coin, that is an experiment. Because until unless the coin is not falling on the ground and the result is not coming in front of you, that is uncertain to say something. The result will be, you just cannot prefer the result will be definitely tail. So that's why the tail is an event and tossing the coin is an experiment. Then we comes to equally likely. Equally likely, again, equally likely events. Equally likely events. Equally likely events, again you can understand this by giving the example of tossing the coin. What happens, when the coin is there in the air, nobody can prefer the result will be head or tail. Now total possible outcomes are 2 and resulting event definitely will be 1. So the chances of winning the toss of one person is 50% only. Why? Because out of 2, there are 2 maximum favorable outcomes. 2 maximum favorable, 1 favorable and 2 possible. So 2, that's why 1 by 2, 50%. Either head will be there or tail will be there. So if head will be there, so head is the favorable, then 1 by 2. Then what is left? So tail, then tail again will be equal to 1 by 2. So mean to say, the reason to toss the coin before start of any game, start of a cricket match for example, is why? Because the winning of toss for both the captains is 50-50. No, equally likely events. So chances of getting the tail or the head are equal. So that's why such events are known as the equally likely events. So this is the important definition from probability point of view. So I cleared what is experiment, what is event and what is equally likely event. Now you just can talk about some other terms related to your probability which already you have studied. Those are the favorable favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes of an event, you can say, for example, suppose you are saying that there is a bag in which the mango candies are there and apple candies are also there. One candy is picked up at a time, and find the probability the candy picked up is the mango candy, and there are 10 mango candies and 10 apple candies are there. So favorable is now mango candy. Favorable is mango candy. And our total candies in that bag are 20. 10 mango and 10 apple. So 10 plus 10 is 20. So my total possible outcomes there are 20. But favorable will be equal to what? 10, which I am looking for. I want to pick one candy. So one candy, that is mango candy. So mango is favorable. So those, how many candies are there? 10 mango candies and 10 apple candies are mixed. So my favorable will be equal to what? Mango. So my answer will be 10 upon 20. So in that way, the favorable outcomes. Total possible, whatever the possibilities available within that experiment, that is called a total possible outcome. Then we are talking about the impossible event or sure event. These are the two terms which commonly we are discussing within the probability. So what is that? Now I have given you the example, like in a bag, suppose there are mango candies only. There are 20 mango candies and I want to get the mango candy. Find the probability of mango candy. One candy is picked up randomly. Find the candy picked up is the mango candy. Now what happens? There are 20 candies in that bag and all 20 are the mango candies, and I need to find out the probability of getting a mango candy only. So then my favorable outcomes are equal to total possible outcomes. So that is called a sure event. Sure event. When total possible outcomes are equal to total favorable outcomes. Total possible outcomes are equal to total favorable outcomes. Then your result will be always equal to 1. So probability of your sure event is always equal to 1. So here, when you will be putting the number is same, definitely that result will be giving you the probability is equal to 1. So in case of sure event, your probability will always be equal to 1. Then if you talk about the impossible event, so in case of impossible event, your favorable outcome is always equal to 0. Favorable outcomes will always be equal to 0. Suppose in a bag there are 20 apple candies and you want to find the probability of getting a mango candy. So mango candy is not there in that bag. So my favorable outcomes now will be equal to 0. And total possible as 20 candies are there, so that is equal to 20. So 0 divided by 20, 0 divided by any number is always equal to 0. So probability of your this impossible event. So probability of impossible event is always equal to 0. So this is 1 and this is in case of impossible event is always equal to 0. So these are the two important terms you need to remember, sure event and impossible event. And on behalf of these two, we are saying the probability of an experiment is lying between 0 and 1. 0 and 1. Probability of any experiment taking place is lying between 0 and 1. So probability can never be very negative and cannot exceed than that of 1. That will be lying between 0 and 1. When it is 0, impossible. Your favorable outcome in such a case will always be equal to 0. And in case of your sure event, that will always be equal to 1, because both your favorable as well as your possible event will always be equal. Will always be equal, then the result will always be 1. So probability of any event taking place is lying between 0 and 1. So you remember this, and then other few things you need to make clear is, like when I said the probability of an event taking PE taking place plus P not E, this example not E means complementary, going to happen, and its complementary is always equal to 1. Probability of winning the match and losing the match is equal to 1 experiment. So PE plus P not E, that will give you what is equal to 1. So this is very important to understand. So you can use this equation also in many questions, will be very helpful. PE plus P not E is always equal to 1. Then one another definition you can add to your knowledge from this topic point of view is elementary event. So what do you mean by elementary event? Is an event which has only one outcome of the experiment is called an elementary event. So an event, I repeat, an event which has only one outcome of experiment is called an elementary event. For example, in tossing a coin, getting head or tail are the elementary events. So remember this term also. What do you mean by elementary event? So this term also you need to clear from the objective question point of view. What do you mean by elementary event? I said an event which has only one outcome of experiment, one outcome. So you know better, there are total possibilities 2, only one outcome is possible out of head and tail at a time, either head or tail. So that outcome is called the what? Elementary event. When only one possibility is there, such an event is called the elementary event. So this is there from the definitions point of view. Now like the question definitely can be there, die throw. So die throw, all of you are clear. In case of your Ludo dice that you are talking about, there are 6 faces. So maximum 6 can be the result. But you see here, what is this called? I am clearing the basic concept of this related to your probability. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So once you have written these are the total possibilities when the dice is thrown. So you have written all the possibilities within the curly bracket. This is called a sample space. What is this called? Sample space. This is called sample space. In case of throw of one dice, you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Once you have written all the outcomes, like in a coin tossing. So if you are talking about the coin tossing, so in case of coin tossing, the sample space is what? Only single coin. I am talking about single coin tossing. So in case of single coin tossing, it is always head, comma, tail. In curly brackets, when I am writing, that procedure is called your sample space. Sometimes you ask, write the sample space. Now, if a dice is thrown 2 times, then what is the number of possible outcomes? Now, here the number of possible outcomes is equal to 6. Here the number of possible outcomes is equal to 2. So, I will be clearing these 2 things to you as the maximum possible outcome is equal to 6. So, 1 time throw, 6 raised to power 1. So, total possibilities will always be equal to 6. But if you toss the die twice, basic concept is what? that will remain 6 only. 6 possibilities are there, but you are going to toss that twice, so number of possible outcomes will be equal to 36. Please do remember that. Number of possible outcomes. This is the one time toss, this is the 2 times toss. So 2 times 36 will be there. In your textbook, a table is drawn before the exercise where randomly tosses are shown like 1, and here it is 1, then 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and all. It is mentioned very clearly, you can go through that. So 2 dice is the result simultaneously how I have to read and what are the possibilities. So if we will go through those possible events, total number of events you can count will be 36. In case of coin tossing, so when one toss is there, I know all the time 2 maximum possibilities, 2 possibilities are there, either the head or the tail. So 2, but one toss, 2 raised to the power 1. So here number of outcomes at a time in one toss will always be equal to 2. But if you are going to toss the coin like 2 times, so your base will be again 2 and not tail, but 2 times, so result will be 4. If it is 3 times, so maximum possible outcomes will be equal to 8 and so on. So the simple question from objective question point of view, what is the total number of possible outcomes in case of a coin toss thrice? So 2 basic means your outcome of that experiment will be only head or tail. That will always remain 2. Here always remain 6. But 3 times your toss, so 2 raised to the power 3, then HHH, TTT, HHT. In that way, if you will be counting the total possibilities, you will be getting is equal to 8. Like in case of 2, 2. So if you write the simple space of 2 coin tossing, first will be HH, then it will be TT, then it will be HT, and then it will be TH. Like that. So 4 possibilities will be there. 1 HH, 2 TT, 3 HT, and then it is TH. So in that way, total possible outcomes you will be getting is equal to 4. So these are the again few points to remember. Another question. This is the dice throw and the coin tossing can be the part of your question. The another important thing you need to clear within yourselves is the knowledge of number system. Please do that very carefully. Number of questions are related to your prime numbers, even numbers, odd numbers, co-primes. So you need to clear within this number system. Like in a single throw of dice, find the probability of getting a even prime number. So you know only even prime number is 2. 2 is only the even prime number. So you have to write that. That is very important from this chapter point of view, that is the number system. Otherwise you just can consult the book of class 6 to clear the number system. Detailed studies are given there about all these concepts you need to clear. So be clear with the number system. Then few questions can be related to your playing cards also. So in playing cards, in a pack of cards, you must clear that total cards there are 52. 52 cards are there, and total colors there are 2, that is red and black. Red and black. So 26 are red and 26 are black. 26 cards are red and 26 cards are black. Now the types of cards in red and black. If we will talk about the types, there are 4 types you can say. That is your first is your, you can say diamond is there in red color, then heart is there, then club is there, and spade is there. These are the categories of 13 cards, heart again 30 cards, 13 cards, and these are of red color. These club again 13, spade again 13. If you see again, these are black. These are black. So I said 26, 26. There are two categories, diamond and hat, 13 each. Club and spade, 13 each. These are black ones, these are red ones. Then another term is there, face card. So face cards are 12. Check. That is called check, queen, and king. So 4 checks are there, 4 queens are there, and 4 kings are there. So total is 12. Face card total you can take at a time is 12. Ace is not a face card. Remember this. Until unless conditionally somewhere it is not mentioned in the question, ace is not a face card. Maybe a picture card, but not a face card. So many questions you will be finding related to this part also, and that is of your playing cards. And other what I shared with you, the other terms you have learned in your previous classes. The most important part is your number system, your sometimes the perfect squares also, or your odd numbers, even numbers knowledge you should carry. Then how to write a sample space. This is all about your probability. And then once we will be going through the exercise, I hope all of you will come across all these terms. So still, if any queries left over there, you are most welcome to clarify your doubts. So that's all from my side, from this lecture point of view. So in tomorrow's lecture, I will be uploading the solution of at least 15 questions from your exercise point of view, so that you can start your this chapter of probability. Till then, bye bye. Have a nice time.